Welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's the early hours of Sunday morning. You'll probably be seeing this video on Monday because I'm putting a house tour up this evening rather, that I filmed yesterday, if everything goes to plan. So this will probably go up Monday, but I thought you might like to join me for a little bit of ironing and chit chat. There's a noise that you might hear in the background, which is a deer. I woke up this morning looking out the window and there were 3 red deer in the garden or in the field, and I can hear one of them. It's making a lot of noise. So this is just a quite a slow start to my Sunday morning. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning. I'm up early as usual. Just got to wait while the iron heats up, but I've got a basket and a bit of ironing. Got a couple of things on hangers that need ironing. Still haven't dealt with this jacket. Anyway, let's get going. Let's set the timer. Let's go for 15 minutes, I think, this morning. I think there's at least 15 minutes of ironing. I've got a coffee on the go and I've got a glass of water. So I thought you might like to join me. The iron has heated up. I've actually remembered to switch it on. It's got some water in it. Let's get going on the ironing. Anyway, how's your week been? Golly, the weeks are just flying by at the moment. Absolutely flying by. I feel like I want to slow everything down at the moment because I'm just almost, yesterday I felt like everything had been moving too fast in the week. So I took a sort of what I call a self-care day. I've started doing this increasingly where I just have a really slow day and I just take time to notice things and it does sort of help to ground me because my weeks are pretty hectic at the moment. I usually have to take my slow days on the weekend. So my son's building a patio, only a small patio in his garden. And he wanted my husband to help him because my husband's done it multiple times. He's built a patio in every house we've owned pretty much. So he's a bit of an expert at building patios. Anyway, my son had never done it before and he knew his dad was good at these things. And I was going to go over with them to do it, and I was going to just work on my laptop and watch, and I wasn't going to actually do anything to do with building the patio apart from maybe, make suggestions, helpful suggestions, but I'm not sure that would have gone down well. So I decided actually let them just get on with it, and I'm going to have a self-care day. I'm just going to focus on my needs and I'm going to spend some time with the dogs because we thought we were going to take the dogs, but actually building a patio with puppies that like to dig and like mud, it's not that easy. In a small garden, in a small space, and they would have run in and out of his house and dragged mud in. So actually, I decided I was going to stay here. Oh, hello, Sophie. I've got company. Oh, she's such a sweetie. Aren't you, Sophie? You're such a sweetie. Oh, she knows how to play me, don't you? What a treat. You are. So I decided I was going to stay in. I'd keep all the dogs with me to save them making a mess of his house, and that just let the guys get on with it and do guy stuff together. Because building patios is not really my thing. If you were help picking flowers for the garden, that's definitely my thing, but building patios isn't. So that's what I did, and I spent the day. I gardened, did a bit of housework. I made myself a nice healthy salad. I just potted. I had a day of pottering. And it was lovely. And I got bored. Oh my goodness, I got bored. And actually, that's good. Occasionally, I think it's really good to get bored because it slows time down. When you're always on and busy, it's like time just whizzes by, doesn't it? And you're not always in the moment. Whereas if you give yourself time to actually get bored, and I was on my own all day, pretty much. I did do a class. I went to a class in the morning, which was very sociable. And after that, I was on my own. And he didn't get in probably till about 6:30 in the evening. And they had a Chinese takeaway together, which actually was nice for them. And I probably wouldn't have had the Chinese takeaway. So I just ate what I ate here. It was a bit of a boring dinner, but it made me appreciate it. I had to get my own lunch, had to get my own dinner. Normally Mike does the cooking. Oh, there we go. That's a beautiful summer skirt that I've got out of storage. I've been shopping in my wardrobes. I love that skirt. It's kind of a summer stroke autumn skirt. Just bear with me. I just need to wash my hands. I've got coffee on them, and I don't like the smell of coffee on my hands. Bear with me. And I hit all those hot spots yesterday. I decided to do a 3-minute hotspot session. So I set my timer for 3 minutes, and all those sort of little jobs around the house, those hot spots that I'd not dealt with, and I'd just been sitting there. I dealt with them yesterday evening. This was after he'd got back. I just had a bit of a dynamic session. Before I settled down on the sofa at about 8 o'clock, I decided to blitz my hotspots for 3-minute sessions. I think I did about 5 lots of 3 minutes. And I blitzed loads of my hotspots. It's amazing what you can get done in 3 minutes. And the house is looking much tidier. I think what motivated me was I've got some friends that I haven't seen for ages coming round later on this morning. And they're friends that we knew when we lived in Nottinghamshire. And they've actually recently moved to Norfolk. Quite well, when I say recently, over the last couple of years. But we haven't actually seen them that often, so we are actually seeing them today. So that'll be interesting. That'll be fun, won't it? It's nice catching up with old friends. They don't live that near us. I think that's probably the reason. If they were in the same sort of area, we'd probably see more of them. Norfolk's a huge county. Right, I'm going to iron this beautiful pinny. This is a recent purchase. I actually bought it at an antiques fair. I bought this at the antiques fair, the little vintage leather fair at Mannington Hall. But it was actually on sale in the entrance at Mannington Hall. And I absolutely love it. It's my favourite pinny. It just sparks so much joy in me. This fabric, I don't know what this fabric is, but I absolutely adore it. And in fact, I think I might go back and see if I can get another one. They were just on sale in the reception area. I think I bought the only one in this fabric. But I think somebody locally must make them. They had lots of beautiful pinnies. And other sort of garden accessories. They may have had some tote bags. But this, oh my goodness, this just screams English summer to me, this fabric. And I just love it. And maybe I should go back and buy them for everybody for Christmas, because they're so beautiful. You couldn't, I don't think you couldn't not love it, but that might just be me. I'm very biased. Do you want to go out, lovely? She's quite restless. I think maybe I need to go and get her a chew. Are you going out? Out? Don't look at me like that. You want your chew? Okay, let's go and get you a chew. She definitely needs something, doesn't she? I haven't got any lights on yet. I hope you don't hope. It's quite dark. It's not dark. It's beautiful, beautiful morning. But I haven't switched the lights on. Let's get her a chew. We've got a selection box of chews. Come on then. Everybody else has turned up now. Woohoo! They're all excited. The chews are coming out. Oh, it smells amazing in here. I washed a sofa throw yesterday from the barn. And the scent, I put one of those fragrance boosters in. And the scent on it is just incredible. It fills the whole barn with a lovely fresh scent. There we go. Am I going to make you happy? I think I might need to go dog chew shopping. There's not a lot left in there, is there? These are my secret weapons, aren't they? When I'm looking after you two. There's the have good dog chews, so that if I need them to just settle. Oh, Sophie, what is the matter? You are very restless this morning, aren't you? I don't know what you want, love. Do you need your water bowl filling up? If only she could talk. What would she say? She's got such an expressive face, this one. Well, Molly's enjoying the chew. Molly's come in and nicked it. I did put 2 down, but Molly's probably got the best one. Hasn't she, Sophie? Molly always has the best one. It's just that way. Sophie's cup is forever half empty. Bless her. She's a little sweetie, though. Right. Oh, good. They've both settled now. I think that was what she wanted. She wasn't expecting Molly to rush in and take the best one. But that always happens, doesn't it, Sophie? That's just life. Right. Anyway, so what have I achieved this week? Have I had a good week? Yes, I have had a good week. I've been planting my little new garden, and it's a tiny little area of the garden. And I'm also planning some garden projects for next year. I don't think we're necessarily going to get them done this year. We might do. Ooh. Whatever's the matter? There's a lot of woofing. Oh, there's so much wildlife in our garden at the moment. There's a lot of deer. I saw them out the window and then I could hear them making a lot of noise. That's probably what the dogs are hearing. They've probably got a deer in the yard. But do you know what? They'll settle in a minute, hopefully. If not, I'll go and investigate. And saying, what time is it? It's 10 to 6. How did I must have thought that. Do you know what? I think I laid in bed thinking about getting up for about an hour, which was really silly. I should have just got up. And so we went to bed really early last night. Mike was out exhausted after laying the patio. And I think we were in bed by 9 o'clock, 9:30 certainly. I think he was asleep on the sofa by about 8:30. Because it is very physical work laying a patio. Right, I think I've ironed all of it. Pop that up on there. Wow, I think I'll iron this beautiful skirt. I finally pulled my finger out and got some of my summer clothes out. What the impetus to that was I went charity shopping this week. Oh goodness me, yes, I went charity shopping and I bought myself 2 beautiful, new to me sundresses, and then one of them I wore it yesterday because the weather was fantastic. That was the other thing I did on my self-care day. I wore my new sundress, and you know, it was lovely. It's one of those dresses you can only wear when the weather's really warm, because you know it is a sundress. It's perfect for in the garden. And I think if the weather's nice today, I'm going to wear it again today. And you know, it made me realise this is a bit silly, Kate. You just need to go in your wardrobe. I'm sure you've got a sundress or 2 or 3. You just got to go in there and look for them. I always find, some years I really enjoy swapping my clothes out. Other years I'm a bit slow. Anyway, after I bought these lovely sundresses, they were amazing actually. They were as new. I don't know if they'd ever been worn. They were both, I think they'd probably both been donated by the same person because they were immaculate. Maybe been worn, I don't think they'd been worn at all. So I got a couple of summer skirts out. And this is one of my favourite summer skirts. Like the colours in this fabric and it just sparks joy. It just makes me think, summer's here. I don't know why, I've been a bit slow in accepting the arrival of summer this year. I'm normally April I get my summer skirts out. I seem to have been in jeans this year. But I need to sort myself out now. Summer is definitely here this week. I think it's been here for a while, to be fair. I'm just being a bit slow. This is quite a tricky skirt to iron. Right, that'll do. That'll do. It's good enough. That's the other thing. I think summer clothes take a little bit more effort, don't they? Because they're mainly cottons. They take more ironing. I've been able to be a bit sort of laid back recently with the ironing because I've been living in jeans and tumble drying them, which is a lot easier. I really want to get myself a washing line outside this door. I've got an absolutely wonderful space out here. A little yard. Thought it was perfect to put a washing line up. But I've just got to get Mike to put one up for me. It's not a job that I can do myself. I either need to get Mike or I need to get a handyman to do it. Because it needs to be put in quite substantially because I'm bound to overload it as I do so much laundry. And I wash a lot of sofa throws, so it's got to be a really well attached, sturdy line so I don't bring it off the wall. That's the trouble. A lot of the more sort of modern ones are not very strong. I need a good old-fashioned washing line, like my mum had. So what did I do? I'm going to go through what did I do on my self-care day. I started the day with a hot tub. So in summer, I like to start we have a hot tub in the garden. I like to start my day with coffee in the hot tub. In fact, I may do that this morning. In winter, I quite often like to start my day with a hot bath on a weekend, just because it's a sort of slow start to the day. So when Mike gets up, we'll probably do that. What else did I do? I had a really slow morning routine. I did lots of self-care. I did a big sort of stretching, yoga session after my hot tub, while my muscles were nice and warm. What else did I do? I gave myself a home facial, which I absolutely love to do. So I used a facial exfoliator. I used a body scrub. What else did I do yesterday? I spent lots of time applying moisturiser, a bit of fake tan. I really love the Dove fake tans. I think they're really good. What else? Sunscreen. I always apply sunscreen at this time of year. Oh, there's the first 15 minutes go. Mike's not up yet, I don't think. Unless that was him coming in. That's why the dogs have disappeared. That might be him. I might just go to check. I'm just going to pause. No, I'm still on my own. I don't know where the dogs have gone, but they've gone somewhere. They might have heard him getting up. They're very good. Their hearing's so good. They hear things that I don't hear. Probably because I'm jabbering away. But they hear things like the toilet being flushed. They recognise the sound of his car coming in. They recognise the sound of the shower going. They know all the signals, which mean he's getting up, don't they? Don't you, girls? Hello, you're hassling me again, aren't you? Don't know what she wants. What do you want? Sorry, I had to take a little pause there to have a sneeze. Oh my goodness, hopefully I'm not getting hay fever. The pollen counts must be really high at the moment. Do you know, I've got a couple of jobs I need to do this morning. I want to clean the windows and my doors because I happen to notice they are covered in dog paw prints, dog nose prints at the works. Oh God, I'm going to have to iron the shirt. I don't really like ironing shirts, but it's one of my husband's work shirts, which he does need to wear sometimes for Zooms and things like that. So I need to iron the shirt. I don't think Mike has ever ironed anything in his entire life. If it was down to him, he would just go to work in this creased shirt, I think. Do you know what he must have done before we were together? He must have occasionally ironed. But we've been together since I was 19, and I think I've always done the ironing. But then he's always done things like patio building. So it kind of evens out, and he's always pretty much done the cooking. There was a period where he was working really, really long hours, and I was in before him when the children were young, and I did most of the cooking then. He would cook on weekends and special occasions, and I would do the everyday cooking. And I did that for many years, but I'm not as good a cook as he is. I'm a bit of a lazy cook. I think he finds cooking quite relaxing. So we have a definite sort of division of labour in our house. Certain jobs that tend to be mine, like the laundry and the house, the most of the housework, and certain jobs that are his. Like at the moment, he's spending a lot of time watering our new trees, which we planted about a month ago, or maybe it was only a couple of weeks ago. And he's doing that every day at the moment because it's so dry and the trees are so young. And he said he's really enjoying that. But I can imagine by the end of the summer, he's going to be ready for a break. So he's going to be looking forward to autumn. We'll just have to keep an eye on them over autumn because they can still need watering in autumn. But less so. They lose a lot of, where they're planted as well is quite windy. So they lose a lot of water by, I think it's called transpiration. You can tell I was a bit of a biology nerd. I think it's transpiration. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's the process by which trees and plants lose water? I love biology. I think that's why I love gardening so much. I love nature. I love animals and I love wildlife. I'm very much a wildlife gardener. I have been for all my gardening life, really. When I was a child, I was fascinated. I'd spend huge amounts of time in the garden as a child because my grandmother had a beautiful garden, and my dad was a really keen sort of gardener, mainly vegetables. But my grandmother was a flower gardener, and I would spend hours and hours in her garden as a child, just looking at bugs. I was really into bugs and wildlife and lifting up stones and seeing what was under them. So as soon as I had my own garden, I've always gardened with wildlife in mind, not use pesticides and encourage wildlife into the garden. And it's so wonderful now to see that is becoming mainstream. I really enjoyed watching Chelsea and seeing how much the gardens at Chelsea have changed. Because I watch Chelsea every year. And it's just nice to see that wildlife gardening is being embraced as normal, as mainstream. And I think the lawn has probably had its day, hasn't it? Were there any lawns at Chelsea? I don't think there were. There was a lot of gravel and landscaping and wildness, wildflowers. I absolutely adore wildflowers. And if you've watched my house and garden tour that I filmed yesterday, which I say is going live on Sunday evening. So hopefully by the time you watch this video, my house and garden tour will be live. You'll see the wildflowers that I've grown. I'll put a link to my wildflower seeds. And one of my websites, I have wildflower seeds for sale. So I will put a link to that if you're interested and you want to grow into something similar. But they're really easy to grow. I've been growing them now for, oh my goodness, how old was I when I got my first garden? I've been growing the same things for, oh my goodness, it's quite shocking actually. Nearly 40 years, oh my goodness. Because we did have our first house, we did get fairly young. Because in those days, houses were so cheap. It was definitely cheaper to buy a house than it was to rent a house. I think we got our first house when I was 22 and I filled it with wildflowers. The garden, that is, not the house. Right, how am I getting on? Oh, I forgot to reset the timer. Oh well, I've been going for 21 minutes. The video is the timer today. I'll just reset it because I don't want to go over that. I think we have actually got a busy day today. So if I want to do all the things I want to do, I probably need to wake Mike up. He won't take kindly to that though, probably, will he? After his very physical day yesterday, he probably needs to sleep. Could just let him lie in. This is a nice blue and white stripy t-shirt. I'm really into stripy t-shirts. I don't know why, but I love them. Can't explain it. I love white t-shirts and I love stripy t-shirts. Let's pop that on there. Whoops. Oh, come on, go on to the area. It's looking very colourful, isn't it? You can definitely tell it's summer when you look at my area today. Those two skirts are both good because they actually go through into autumn, those two skirts. So I found them in my autumn drawer, but they're also quite summery. They're transitional skirts. They do well in autumn as well. They're very good value. They're not just for summer. God, I can see I've missed a bit on one of them. It's quite creased. I'm just giving a very quick eye into these pyjamas. I should have tumbled them really. It would have softened them up. They're quite rough. That's what the iron does as well. It just softens the fabric. In pyjamas, it's just nice to have soft pyjamas. I don't know why these have come out quite rough this time. These are my other halves. Have I got any water left in this iron? It's not having as much yet. There's still a bit left. It's a steam iron. It's not having as much effect as it does normally. Let's get those into there. Keep going, Kate. Right, these black tops are my workout tops. Black's a good colour when you're working out. And actually, I like these black tops because I've got a really nice long floral skirt which is black but with pink flowers on it. It sounds terrible, but it's actually really nice, and so I can wear it with my workout gear over the top. Sorry, the skirt over the top of the workout gear, and because it's a long skirt, it sort of covers up the leggings, and it means I can have my workout gear on and I just look like I'm dressed normally. Right. So if I'm going to a class, it's really convenient. And then I can go on somewhere else afterwards without having to get changed. Just makes life a bit simpler. And also, if it's a bit of a chilly day, not having those leggings on under your skirt is really nice. Although we haven't had many chilly days recently. Oh, we think we did have one last week actually when we were lit the log burner and just blanked it out. Right, quick iron of the vest. I've been wearing grey and blues this week because I've been wearing a lot of denim. I think that's why the stripy blue t-shirts are coming out. There's a lot of denim in my wardrobe at the moment. It's a very good sort of transitional. For spring, denim's good and it's so practical. And yeah, it's just very forgiving fabric, isn't it, denim? Workwear. When I'm working in the garden, don't worry about damaging it. It's tough. Right, are we still on max? Yes. Quite tricky to iron denim, but it doesn't need a lot of work, does it, to get it looking half decent? Might need to do the straps. Oh, goodness me, they don't want to come undone. Oh, that's annoying. I think what make is this? This is a charity shop purchase a couple of years ago. It's by Very. Who are Very? I'm not familiar with Very. I have heard of them, but I don't think... Is it a high street shop or is it an online? Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. I think it might be... Is it an online business? I bought it just because it was very practical. And I love a dungaree dress, and this is a denim dungaree dress. And it's a bit longer than some of the other ones that I wear in winter, which I always wear over leggings. So I can actually wear this one in summer with bare legs in the garden. It's very nice. Right, I think that's enough on that one. It's just my dungaree dress. So put that around the back. Right, golly, there can't be much left to iron, surely. Must be getting there. Another stripy t-shirt. This is a really nice summer one. Oh, I've got into the twilight zone. I think I've got into flow with my ironing. I was listening to something about flow yesterday, and it was saying housework's one of the things where you can get into flow. And I think sometimes when I go really quiet, it's because I've got into flow and I don't know where my brain's gone. I just concentrate so much on the ironing or the vacuuming. Vacuum's the one where I quite often disappear off mentally into flow. And you lose track of time. Golly, nearly at the bottom of the ironing basket. Oh no, there's that one hiding there. Just going to take a pause. Just going to iron this hob cover. And I need to take a bit of a pause and have a glass of water. I'm quite thirsty this morning. I haven't had enough to drink yet. My feet, I've woken my feet up, although I have got my Crocs on. I've been doing some research actually. I think the reason that Crocs are so comfortable is because they're so wide and they're not tight, and I think your feet just love them. If you're good at Fly Ladies, you probably know I follow the Fly Lady system, and she's all about lace-up shoes. But I think they have to be the right lace-up shoes. And the mistake I sometimes made over the years is having lace-up shoes that were far too tight and that were constricting my feet. And it has, oh, sorry about that, my tummy's gurgling. That has caused me some foot problems. But now I've learned a lot about feet since having foot problems. And the thing to go for is you need to have a shoe that is wide enough for your foot, all parts of your foot. And a lot of shoes are too narrow, particularly at the forefoot. So when you're buying trainers, you need to look for, particularly if you've got wide feet like me, one with a wide toe box. It's a new thing, to be fair. You didn't used to be able to find trainers with a wide toe box. And that's what Crocs have. If you look at them, Crocs have a wide toe box. So I think that's why my feet like Crocs. I know a lot of you have said you really like Crocs. I've always liked Crocs, to be fair. When they first came out, we all had Crocs, and we used to wear them a lot in the summer. They are a nice sort of relaxed summer shoe. give your feet just a break, don't they, from tight shoes. Right, I'm nearly there. I think I might be down to the last thing in the ironing basket. Go me. That's definitely something to celebrate. I've been quite a few things to celebrate this week. Golly, I've been following a different diet, and I've got my weight down now to the lowest I've been since I was probably a teenager, which I'm really, really pleased with. I've just got to try and maintain it now. I don't really want it to go any lower, but I'm really, really pleased. And lots of clothes that I haven't worn in years fit me again. It's wonderful. I'm enjoying working out far more because I just feel fitter. And my workout gear fits me better. It was a little on the tight side before. And I've got a lot more stamina. I'm able to do more in the evenings. I don't get as tired. I don't fall asleep at all in the day. Whereas sometimes if I had a big meal, that was an issue. I think it was related to sugar and carbohydrates, but they were making me sleepy. Golly, what happened to these jeans? They had a bit of a rough time in the wash. They've come out really, really rough. These are my other half's jeans. I think they might be one of his favourite pairs. Another charity shop purchase. Right, because I don't think we have an Abercrombie & Fitch, as far as I know. Okay, I'm done. I can switch the iron off. Must remember to empty it so I don't get horrible black stuff in it. But I have finished the ironing. I've even ironed Mike's work shirt. Woohoo! Know me. So get all the water out the iron so you don't end up with black stuff in your iron. Mould, I have done that in the past where I've forgotten to empty it and ended up with black mould all over my clothes. Not nice. I can stop the timer. There goes my stomach again. And I'm done. I've got a nice empty ironing basket. So thank you for joining me. Need to collect the dog cheese up. I'm going to go and have a drink of water now. Anyway, bye for now.